What's up everyone, my name is Alpha and today we're back with another Pokemon challenge video. Today we're on Pokemon Omega Ruby and today's challenge be can I be Pokemon Omega Ruby Hardcore Nuzlocke using only shiny electric Pokemon. Surprisingly, we haven't done this monotype at all, so we're gonna try our best at it. As I want to run down the rules real quick with you guys. Of course, it's gonna be a Hardcore Nuzlocke, so I can only catch one Pokemon per route. Now it's gonna be a monotype shiny one, so it's gonna be the first shiny Pokemon that's also an electric type Pokemon per route. So some of them do overlap, so it's kind of annoying. On top of that, each of my Pokemon that I catch only have one life, so if they ever faint, they are gone. I have to box them, so kind of unfortunate, all that time wasted. And of course, there's no over leveling, so there's gonna be a level cap, as you can see on the bottom left. That's gonna be the highest level for the gym fight that's coming up. We can't go past that level before we face off against the gym leader. And as well, to make it even difficult, no, there's no items inside of battle. I can use hell items, but most likely there's no items inside of battle. And you have to play on set mode, which is also more difficult. Give ourselves a little leeway. There's no electric Pokemon for a long time, so we actually just gave ourselves probably the weakest one possible, which is gonna be Minun. Minun or Plus, so I kind of want to use Minun. Minun looks kind of cooler, I don't know why. But yeah, Minun's my first starter Pokemon. So that's going to be my first Pokemon that we actually don't have to hunt. So works out for us. And to make it fun for everyone, each of my Pokemon will be nicknamed after you guys in the comments. So thank you so much for leaving a comment in my previous challenge video. If you guys want to be nicknamed after your future Pokemon, just drop in the comments and hopefully I'll pick yours. And while you're down there, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. Anyways, let's get into the challenge video itself. So to begin off, we actually make it all the way into Petalburg Woods, which without any issues until this trainer with a Nincada, which Nincada is partly ground type. So we get into a bit of an issue. We almost lose. Lucky enough, it just kept going for Harden. But eventually we were able to beat down this trainer. We got into this next route, which is Route 4. We're able to get ourselves the Echo Voice TM, which we could put on our Minun. We also gave our Minun a modest nature just to maximize, brought it in the world. So I could adjust it however I want. From there, we're going to move on and face off against the first gym leader in the game. We're going to face off against Roxanne, the rock gym leader. We're going to start the battle off against her using my Minun, which is able to go for an Echo Voice. And each time you use the Echo Voice, it builds up the strength. So the second time, it does way more than the first time. So the third time should kill the Geodude, as we actually lower our speed a lot against them because he used Rock Tomb so many times. From there, she can switch out into her Nose Pass, which almost knocks me out. I should have put an Oran Berry on. I don't know why I forgot to, but lucky enough, I'm able to chip down a Nose Pass. Unfortunately, she's going to go for a healing move, and this Echo Voice should kill, but it didn't, so it looks pretty bad. I'm hoping she goes for a Harden, but she goes for a Tackle. I survive it, and Echo Voice would knock on the Nose Pass, which we got very lucky in, so we're able to beat down Roxanne, and yeah, that got really bad. We're going to move out. We got through the hard part, so we can move out into Dewford Island and face off against their gym leader. We're going to face off against Brawly next. Brawly's the fighting gym leader, and we're going to start the battle off against him using, obviously, my Minun. Minun's gonna do the same thing. Echo Voice gets a lot stronger. Wave 2. Oh wait, there's a Metronome. Why did I forget? Wait, is it a Metronome? Oh no, it's a Silph. Oh, there's a Metronome later on, which Echo Voice would have really benefited to. But we're able to knock out the Makuhita in one shot with the Echo Voice powered up. Echo Voice Metronome might be the tag. You guys might be sleep on it. We're playing on Omega Ruby, which that means there's gonna be a lot of ground Pokemon, surprising enough, because Team Magma uses Numel and Camera Up like crazy. So we have to watch out for that. This first fight against them, not too difficult, but this can get a lot harder. But we have to move on into routes 111, 110, out here where you can find a bunch of electric Pokemon. So you can get yourself a Voltorb, you get a Minun and Plusle, which we already got, so that counts as duplicates if we ever get it. We also get an Electrite, which I'm really hoping we get an Electrite, which we actually luckily do. So we get Electrite on a team, and we're going to add it to our team real quick, so that's really nice. From there, we're going to move on and face off against our rival. This infamous rival battle, which we got very lucky. This Marshtomp missed the Mud Shot, and we're able to get Leech Seeded, and we're able to Echo Voice him and knock out the Marshtomp. We're to survive and beat down May, and then move out into Mauville City, where we can get ourselves the Charge Beam TM. We also want to get the Facade TM. We're going to come back for that. We're going to face off against Watson next. Watson's going to be the third gym leader in the game. We're going to start the battle off against him using my Electrite, which has Lightning Rod, and he can't really do too much to me. So maybe to go for a Howl. I go for a bunch of Howls against him, actually. I go for a +6, I believe. As he's not really able to do anything against me, I'm able to Thunder Fang and knock out the Magnemite. From there, he's going to switch out to his Voltorb, which I'm like, well, okay, you can die. So we're to knock out the Voltorb, and his final Pokemon will be a Magneton, which we're able to do a Thunder Fang into him as he misses 2 Supersonics, as we're able to beat him down. So we're able to beat down Watson pretty easily. Get ourselves, no, we don't want Copycat, but looking good for us as the level caps can jump, and we're able to evolve our Electrite into a Manectric, And from there, we can face off against Flannery, which this fight I was really sketchy on, hoping I don't get burned and I don't die to Torkoal. I face off against Flannery. We're gonna start the battle off against her using my Minun. I almost said Minum. And use my Minun to just bait out an overheat against the Slugma, which works out pretty well for us. We tank the first one. I'm like, I could take a second one. I get Flame Body. I'm like, okay, I'm not taking nothing. So I take a second one at least, and then switch out to my Manectric. I take overheat with it, so I can howl up as much as I want. I want to get +6 on howls, which will be useful. However, I don't want to actually hit him with a physical move because Flame Body's obviously getting ruined me. So I go for a Charge Beam to knock out the Slugma. And from there, she can switch out to her Numel. I one-shot the Numel, so nothing to worry about there. We're also able to two-shot into the Torkoal as it sets up Sunny Days, so I have nothing to worry about. As we're ready to beat down Flannery, and yeah, that battle was easier than I thought. From there, we're going to face up against the next gym leader in the game. There's nothing to do in between. We're going to face up against Norman using my Minun against the Slacking. We get Yawn, but we do paralyze the Slacking and then both switch into my Manectric. From there, I could Charge Beam into him. And eventually, I get a bunch of Charge Beam to knock out the Slacking. And then from there, he's going to switch out to his Vigoroth, which we can go for Discharge and just destroy it as well. From there, he's going to switch out to his Ace Slacking, which I'm able to one-shot with my Discharge and knock out Norman's team. And we're able to beat down Norman, get ourselves the 5th gym badge in the game, also Discharge for our Minun. We're also going to go into see Mallow now since we have access with the Surf HM. We're able to Shiny Hunt out here. Finally start Shiny Hunting. This is a Shiny video. From there, we get ourselves either a Shiny Voltorb again or a Magnemite. We want a Magnemite and we got ourselves a Magnemite. Now there's going to be opportunities for us to get an Electrode later on or Voltorb, so don't worry about that. We're also going to evolve our Magneton into a Magnezone. And then from there, we got very lucky with this. Oh my god, this camera up is so annoying. I didn't know what to do. I had to switch in between everyone. Lucky enough, Magnezone does have Sturdy, so I'm able to go out to my Magnezone. Steven Stone is going to carry me through that fight. And then from there, we're going to face off against May once again. This Minun destroys May. Like, it owns May. Like, every time she sees this Minun's not having a strong Pokemon. It's just destroys May. We also got Baton Pass, which will be useful later on. And from there, we're going to move on and face off against Winona. Winona's going to be the flying gym leader in the game. We're set to battle off against her using my Manectric because this thing's kind of carrying me. I'm able to Charge Beam into the Swellow, one-shot it, get an attack boost as well. She switched out to Altaria, which it does have Earthquake, but it's not very scary at all. So I go for a Discharge. Goes for an Earthquake. I survive it very easily. And from there, I could two-shot into Altaria. And yeah, that's a easy fight. We're able to Discharge into the Pelipper and also the Skarmory, and we're able to beat down Winona. So that was definitely a fight. We're able to beat down Winona, get their 6th gym badge in the game, and now we can move on into the Safari Zone, which we can start Shiny Hunting once again. We can Shiny Hunt for ourselves a Pikachu, which we're gonna eventually find, which is the only electric Pokemon in here, I believe. So we're gonna catch ourselves a Pikachu, add it to our team. And then from there, we're going to go back into the cycling road or the cycling thing. We're going to beat this trainer, which is like, we're going to get ourselves the Manekite. We're just going to allow us to Mega Evolve our Manectric. We also get a Thunderstone to evolve our Pikachu, which is really nice. We're going to take that. And then once again, face off against May in Lilycove City with her Swampert. And it doesn't knock me out. So yeah, Swampert cannot do anything against me. We're able to knock out May pretty easily as that's the final time we can face off against her. We're going to move out into the Department Stone in Lilycove City and get ourselves a bunch of TMs. We get ourselves Thunder, Focus Blast, and Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam will come in handy. Also Protect will as well. We're actually going into the Team Magma hideout. And there's another encounter for us in here, surprisingly. Electrodes in here spawn and they have a chance to be shiny. You just reset for them. However, you want to pick out the Master Ball so you don't actually let them explode. So we have to use our Master Ball with our Electrode, which just kind of sucks, but we don't want to lose an encounter. So we get ourselves a shiny Electrode, add it to our team, and then from there we can move on and face off against Courtney. This is how I handle most camera ups. I go out to my Magnezone and Mirror Coat. Unfortunately, this camera up is really annoying and didn't want to do that. So goes for Yawn and Curse. I go out to my Raichu. Lucky enough, I'm able to Grass Knot it and knock him out, but very annoying. Of course, Courtney was really annoying. From there, we're going to face off against Tate and Liza next. Tate and Liza will be the 7th gym leader in the game, which are very easy. I have to underlevel myself on purpose. We're going to face off against their Lunatone and Solrock using my Manectric and Magnezone. I go for a Discharge and Flash Cannon to knock out Solrock, and then from there, double attack to the Lunatone and knock him out. Yeah. The real fight will be the next fight as we face off against Maxie. Maxie's the team Magma leader, so we're going to start the battle off against him using my Manectric because You'll see. Manectric is really broken. I also have Hyper Beam. You'll see why in a sec. We're in Charge Beam into his Mightyena, which he doesn't get a chance to do anything as we're able to crit him. And then from there, you can switch out to his Weezing. I go for a Charge Beam again because I know I can take an Explosion. I knock him out, so we'll take that as well. So no boost, but from there, you can switch out to his Crobat. I'm able to boost off against him, which is nice. I also outspeed him, which Manectric is kind of cool like that. From there, his final Pokemon will be a Camera, which I'm pretty sure, actually I'm not too sure because it's sheer force when it Mega Evolves, but I'm pretty sure Hyper Beam was going to kill anyway. So Hyper Beam +2 from my Mega Manectric is going to knock out his Camera, and that's probably the only time I've used Hyper Beam in like a serious sense. Hyper Beam is actually a really good move with Manectric. Oh, I forgot to show you, I also have access to Dive now, so we're going to go Dive, Shiny Hunt for our final Pokemon in the game, which we're going to Shiny Hunt for ourselves a Shiny Chinchou, which we're going to add to our team real quick, so we don't actually use them too often. You'll see why. Anyways, from there we're going to be forced to face off against Primal Groudon, and I saw Magnet Rise, and I thought Secret Power is going to be a great tech, so I used Electrode as my first Pokemon to Magnet Rise, and then Light Screen, and then it just takes so many turns to set up. There's no point in doing it, so I don't know why I was even doing it. So Electrode unfortunately goes down because I'm terrible at the game. Probably doesn't even count as a death, but whatever. Electrode is dead. I go out to my Manectric. I go for Protect. I want to lower his attack stat with my Intimidate, and then from there, I'm not going to jeopardize my Manectric, so I go out to my Raichu. If it survives, it survives, but he goes for Rest, and I'm like, okay, I'll take that. So I'm going to go for Grass Knot, and then just knock out the Groudon. So we're able to beat down the Groudon with just second Electrode. Electrode had no purpose, unfortunately, so it didn't really matter. Anyways, from there, we're going to face off against the final gym leader in the game. We're going to start the battle off against Wallace using my non-Manectric. Actually, right? Do I use Manectric? Of course, I use Manectric. Most broken Pokemon on my team. Manectric starts the battle off against Wallace using Charge Beam. One shot to love this. From there, he switched out to his Whiscash, which is going to be a ground type Pokemon. I do have the +1 on me. I'm pretty sure it won't kill me at all, so I go for a Hyper Beam and then knock out the Whiscash. And from there, he switched out to his Maltic, survived pretty easily, and then discharged to knock him out. So yeah, we're able to beat down Wallace essentially because the last two Pokemon will be a Celio and a Seaking, which will go down. So we're able to beat down Wallace and get ourselves the 8th gym badge in the game. From there, we're going to move on and face off against Wally. Wally's going to be the Gatekeeper of Victory Road, which we cook. Manectric, you know what? Maybe I gotta retire you for a little bit. Not retire you, but use someone else. So once we beat Wally, we're gonna head into the Pokemon League because actually there's nothing else for us to do. So we're gonna face off against the first Elite Four member in the game. We're gonna face off against Sydney. We're gonna start the battle off against Sydney using my Raichu. Raichu has Focus Blast, and it missed. So Raichu's not good. So I'm gonna switch out my Raichu. Almost died to the Swagger and stuff. So I go out to my Magnet Zone. I haven't seen you in a little bit. Flash Cannon into him and then swaggered me, but we're able to knock out the Mightyena with my Magnet Zone. I stayed in, and then I'm able to go for a discharge against the Sharpedo, which is really nice. From there, you can switch out into his Absol, which I stayed in for some reason, and I outspeed the Absol. What kind of Magnet Zone, what kind of zooming Magnet Zone do I have? Anyways, I stayed in against the Shift Tree as well. I go for a Flash Cannon and one-shot him. I cooked him crazy. And then his final Pokemon will be his Cacturne, which I just stayed in and Flash Cannon and cooked him. So we're able to beat down Sydney using a different Pokemon for once. And from there, we're going to face out against Phoebe. Phoebe's going to start the battle off against us using a Dusclops. I gave Raichu one more chance. Raichu's able to start the battle off against Dusclops, going for Charge Beam against him and get a stat boost. And then he goes for Shadow Punch out of something. I didn't even know it had Shadow Punch. I thought it only had Curse and Confuse Ray, but we're able to Thunderbolt and knock out the Dusclops. From there, Phoebe's going to switch out into her Sableye, which we get Static on, which is nice. We're going to Thunderbolt and knock out, which actually we go for Charge Beam because I'm a greedy person. I go for Charge Beam multiple times, get 2 special attack boosts, I believe. Maybe third one. Nope, it's just 2. From there, you switch out to a Bayonet, and I'm just going to end the battle. We're going to knock out both the Bayonets back to back. We learned what Iron Deluge does, so, or Iron Deluge. It's not a good move, so there's no point in doing that. We knock out both our Bayonets, and our final Pokemon will be a Dusknoir, which we knock out. And we're secure the fight. So we beat down Phoebe. And now we're going to move on and face off against Glacia. Kind of scary, but we're going to start the battle off against Glacia using my Raichu, because that's Focus Blast. We're going to start the battle off against her Glalie using my Raichu to Charge Beam. We get a special attack boost immediately, so we can go for it again. Get greedy, get a second one. She goes for a Light Screen, so I'm like, I have to go for it. I gotta go for Charge Beam now to waste some turns, so that's the most optimal thing as we're able to knock out the Glalie. And then from there, she can switch out into her Frostlass, which I go for a Discharge. I knock out the Frostlass without crit. I don't even know how that happened. From there, her second Frostlass comes out, and I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt. It doesn't knock out, and I'm like, oh, maybe that one is just really weak. I'm able to knock out the Frostlass after the light screen wears down, as we're able to knock out the Frostlass. Her next one will be a Wall Ring, which is really weak to electric moves, so we're able to knock them out as well. Her next Pokemon after that will be her final Glalie, which we knock out, and we're able to beat down Glacia. So again, Raichu just cooks up. From there, we can move on and face off against Drake. Drake's gonna be the 4th Elite Four member in the game. We're gonna start the battle off against him using my Minun. Minum's able to get some nasty plots up against the Altaria, which isn't necessary at all, I don't think. So we discharge into, oh my god, we almost killed the Altaria with my Minun. But Minum's able to get +6 with nasty plots, and then Baton Pass into my Manectric, into my Raichu actually. I thought it was Manectric for some reason. Tanks the Dragon Pulse and then knocks out the Altaria. Actually, no, I know why I went to my Raichu, because Flygon comes out. Flygon's gonna be a ground type Pokemon, so we gotta go for Grass Knot, and it one-shots both the Flygons. So absolutely, such a great play, as we're able to knock out the Flygons. From there, her next Pokemon will be a Salamence. I go for a Thunderbolt to knock out, and then her final Pokemon will be a Kingdra, which I go for a Thunderbolt once again and knock out, as we're able to beat down Drake. And yeah, secure our fight, secure our place against the champion in the game. We're gonna face off against Steven Stone. Steven Stone is gonna be Hoenn's champion, and we're gonna take him down for sure. We're gonna start the battle off against him using my Raichu, as Raichu is able to go for a Charge Beam against the Skarmory. We get 2 more Charge Beams, right? We get 2 more Charge Beams, and then we're able to knock out the Skarmory. From there, he's gonna switch up to his Aggron, which was obvious. I'm gonna hope I survive an Earthquake, which I do, surprisingly. I survive an Earthquake and then Thunderbolt twice into the Aggron, which we take that, absolutely. Raichu's a beast. From there, he switches up to his Claydol, which I go for a Grass Knot. Does kill him too. And then from there, I got greedy. I don't know why I stayed in. I went for a Focus Blast. This was greedy. I landed the Focus Blast. Now I got the Cradily. His next Pokemon will be a model, which I'm like, I feel like I should kill with Charge Beam. I don't know why I went for Charge Beam. I should have swapped out or used Thunderbolt, but I don't kill him with Charge Beam. He kills me with X-Scissor, and I just look like a buffoon. From there, I go out into my Manectric, which will go for a Mega Evolve and knock out our model. And then his final Pokemon will be this Metagross. His Mega Metagross, which gets discharged. He doesn't die, but he goes for Giga Impact and kills my Manectric. And I'm like, I just lost 2 Pokemon. The 2 Pokemon that carried me. Actually, Minun did a lot of work. I can't take away from Minun's work. Minun was such a good Pokemon. Anyways, I go out to Lantern. We'll do our final speech at the end, but Lantern's first appearance almost dies to a Giga Impact. We're able to survive and knock out the Mega Metagross, as we're able to beat down Steven Stone, become the champion once again with our electric Pokemon. We lose 2 Pokemon at the end because, you know, I got a little excited for some reason and then choked. But anyways, we beat down Pokemon Omega Ruby using only electric shiny Pokemon. Couple depths, pretty dumb, I'm not gonna lie, like all of them, pretty dumb. But honestly, Minun carried me. Minun did more work than a lot of the other Pokemon on my team. Honestly, we didn't really need Raichu. My Manectric kind of handled everything else, but Minun really carried us in the beginning of the game and kept really, like, it stayed alive the whole time. You can't say that about everyone, like Manectric, you know, everyone can't stay alive, so Minun's the real GOAT. But anyways, that'll be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you guys can, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. Anyways, my name is Ben Alpha, and I hope you all have a great day, and I'm out. Peace.